Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Learning Key, the channel where learning English is fun, practical, and easy to follow. I'm Anna.
And I'm David. Hi, everyone. We are so excited to see you back. Today, we have a very important topic, something that many learners struggle with.
That's right, David. Today, we're going to talk about how to keep a conversation going in English.
Yes, it's one thing to say a few sentences in English, but it's another thing entirely to maintain a flowing conversation without awkward pauses.
Absolutely. Many learners know vocabulary and grammar, but when it comes to a real conversation, they freeze or run out of things to say.
Exactly. So, today we have 10 powerful strategies to help you keep conversations alive, plus examples, exercises, and role plays that you can practice at home.
But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to English Learning Key, hit the like button, and share this video with your friends who are learning English. Your support really helps us make more episodes.
All right, Anna, let's start with tip number 1.
Tip number 1 is ask open-ended questions.
Open-ended questions.
Yes, these are questions that cannot be answered with just yes or no. They encourage the other person to talk more.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Instead of asking, "Did you have a good weekend?" which can be answered with yes or no, try, "What did you do over the weekend?"
Ah, that gives the other person a chance to tell a story or share details.
Exactly. Other examples include, "What kind of music do you like?" or "How do you usually spend your holidays?"
Got it. Tip number 2.
Tip number 2 is use follow-up questions.
Follow-up questions.
Yes, listen carefully to what the other person says and ask more about it. For example, if someone says, "I went hiking on Saturday," you can ask, "Wow, where did you go hiking?" or "Did you enjoy the hike?"
That's true. It shows you are interested and engaged, and it naturally keeps the conversation flowing.
Exactly. Tip number 3, share your own experiences.
So it's not just about asking questions.
Right. Conversation is a two-way street. After asking a question, you can share a short personal story. For example,
If someone says, I watched a new movie yesterday, I can respond, Oh, I love movies. I saw a really funny one last week called.
perfect. That keeps the conversation balanced and gives the other person more to respond to.
Tip number 4. Use comments and reactions.
Exactly. You don't always have to ask questions. You can make comments, show emotions, or react to what the other person says.
Like saying, That sounds amazing. Or, Wow, really? Or, No way.
Yes, simple reactions like, "I can't believe that," or "That must have been so exciting," can keep a conversation moving naturally.
Tip number 5. Practice connecting ideas.
Ah, this is very important. Learn to link what someone says to a related topic.
How does that work?
For example, if someone says, "I love traveling to the beach," you could respond, "The beach is great. I also enjoy water sports. Have you ever tried surfing?"
Oh, so you take what they said and expand it into a new question or idea.
Exactly. Tip number 6, learn common phrases for keeping conversations going.
Can you give examples?
Sure. Some useful phrases include, "That's interesting. Can you tell me more?" "Really? I didn't know that. How did that make you feel?" "I never thought about it that way."
These are great because they buy you time while also showing you are engaged.
Tip number 7, practice small talk.
Small talk, that's sometimes considered unimportant.
Actually, small talk is the backbone of keeping conversations going. Talking about the weather, hobbies, current events, or food can lead to longer conversations.
For example, the weather is so nice today. Do you like sunny days or rainy days more?
Exactly. It may seem simple, but small talk can grow into a deeper conversation if you ask follow-up questions.
Tip number 8. Use body language and expressions.
Yes, even though we're talking about English speaking, nonverbal communication is powerful.
Like nodding, smiling, or raising your eyebrows?
Exactly. Saying really with a surprised face feels more natural than just words. It makes conversations lively and engaging.
Tip number 9. Prepare conversation topics in advance.
Yes, especially if you're shy or new to English, it helps to have a few topics ready. Travel, hobbies, movies, books, food, or sports.
That way, if the conversation slows down, you always have something to say.
And tip number 10, don't be afraid of silence.
Silence? I always panic when there's a pause.
It's normal. Pauses give you a chance to think of your next sentence. You can also use phrases to fill a short silence. Let me think, or that's a good question.
Tip number 11. Practice storytelling.
Absolutely. People love stories. Learn to tell short, interesting stories about your life or experiences. For example, last week I tried cooking a new recipe.
And you can use descriptive words, feelings, and actions to make it engaging.
Tip number 12. Listen actively.
Active listening?
Yes, don't just wait for your turn to speak. Show interest by nodding, making small comments, and asking follow-ups. This keeps the conversation two-sided.
Tip number 13. Use humor carefully.
Yes, a little joke or funny comment can make conversations enjoyable. Just make sure it's appropriate for the context and audience.
Tip number 14. Learn transition words and phrases.
Exactly. Words like, by the way, speaking of that, that reminds me, or on a different note, help you switch topics smoothly and keep the conversation flowing.
Tip number 15. Practice with role plays.
Yes, you can practice with a mirror, record yourself, or use language exchange apps. For example, pretend you meet someone at a cafe.
Hi, nice to meet you. What do you usually do on weekends?
I like hiking and watching movies. How about you?
Practicing like this trains your brain and mouth for real-life situations.
Tip number 16. Use empathy.
Empathy.
Yes, show understanding of the other person's feelings. That sounds difficult. How did you handle it? Or, I understand. That must have been exciting.
It makes the other person feel heard and encourages more talking.
Tip number 17. Expand your vocabulary for daily conversations.
Like learning words for hobbies, food, emotions, and common situations.
Exactly. The more words and phrases you know, the easier it is to express your thoughts naturally.
Tip number 18. Repeat and paraphrase.
Yes, you can say what the other person said in a different way to show understanding and keep the conversation flowing. For example, so you went hiking last weekend. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Tip number 19. Combine topics.
Yes, link what someone says to something related. I love sushi. You could respond, me too. Have you ever tried making it at home?
Tip number 20. End with a hook for the next conversation.
Exactly. For example, I'd love to hear more about your hiking trip next time. This gives the other person something to remember and continue next time.
Wow, that's a lot of strategies. Can we quickly review them all, Anna?
Sure. 1. Ask open-ended questions. 2. Use follow-up questions. 3. Share your own experiences. 4. Use comments and reactions. 5. Connect ideas. 6. Learn conversation phrases. 7. Practice small talk. 8. Use body language. 9. Prepare topics in advance. 10. Don't fear silence. 11. Practice storytelling. 12. Listen actively. 13. Use humor carefully. 14. Use transition words. 15. Practice role plays. 16. Show empathy. 17. Expand vocabulary. 18. Repeat and paraphrase. 19. Combine topics. 20. End with a hook.
Wow, that's a lot of strategies. But Anna, we don't need to use all 20 tips at once, right?
No! Start with 1 or 2 tips and slowly add more. Consistency and practice are the key to becoming confident in conversations.
Well, I feel ready to have a long, flowing conversation in English now.
Me too! And we want to hear from you. What is the hardest part about keeping a conversation going in English?
Comment below. Is it thinking of questions, vocabulary, or getting nervous?
We love reading your comments. It helps us create content that really helps you.
Thanks so much for watching. Remember, practice, listen, and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
See you next time on English Learning Key. Keep speaking, stay confident, and enjoy your conversations.
Bye for now.